Hello gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour. Do you want to hear some third-hand information about Wondercon? Well, you come to the right place. There's a whole bunch of new figures that have been shown off there. You want to hear about them? Here it goes. Okay, so my information to kick off with is coming from ToyArk, who have got their information from the accounts Las Vegas Funkaholics. I like that one. And the Figure Report. So you can go give those guys a follow on Instagram. That's where these pictures came from. So, first of all, we got the Jada Toys booth. Showing off something old, something new. And that's about it. Nothing borrowed or blue. So we've got, first of all, the Scooby-Doo 1/12 scale figures. They've been revealed, but now we're just seeing them on the shelves, and they look very pretty. I do actually like these guys. It's the higher Jada price point, going all the way up to $30, but I don't know, it seems to be the way things are going in general. So at least you're getting some nice-looking figures there. I'm not hugely nostalgic for Scooby-Doo, but I do appreciate how they look. Then, my jam. The thing that I am nostalgic for, Ultra Street Fighter 2. We got Vega on display there, going to be part of the next batch coming out. He looks chef's kiss. I'm very happy about this. Can't wait to add him to my shelf. Mega Man, now with the unmasked head. Mega Man is one that I keep seeing in store, and I'm like, not today. But maybe next time, because I will pick him up eventually. Cereal mascots as well. We didn't have cereal mascots in the UK, or we didn't have these cereal mascots. We had the Cocoa Pops monkey and Tony the Tiger, actually. So shut up, Dave. We did have cereal mascots. More on Tony the Tiger later. And then finally, we got Frosty the Snowman, and he looks a little freaky. Actually, I'm not a fan of the claymation kind of look. I don't know, a snowman like that, it just, yeah, it's got. Is there a little creep factor, or am I just being silly? I'm definitely being silly, but I do say that he does look a little bit creepy. Then Mondo, they came out swinging, and they're swinging for your wallets, man, because they've got some good-looking stuff here. So first of all, we got the Thundercats Mumra 1/6 scale figure, and similar to their Motu line, the Thundercats look glorious, just plucked straight out of the cartoon. Mumra, so many accessories, looks real badass. Also, for their 1/6 scale Thundercats, they're going to be doing Chitara, which I'm sure is going to be a huge crowd pleaser. This was just revealed at their panel, so no physical copies or prototypes, just the initial render images, but enough to get you interested, getting you wet your whistle with a little bit of excitement. So Chitara is going to come with the weird little Robo-Bear guy. Don't remember his name. Then, oh my goodness, Carnage from Spider-Man 94. So we've had Spidey, we've had Black Costume Spidey, we've had Venom. Now we're getting this guy. And if you weren't convinced to pick up Venom, then maybe you might want to get Carnage as well. It still amazes me that they even thought, let's do Carnage in this Saturday morning kids show, and they managed to do him without obviously having him slice and dice people every 5 minutes. Unfortunately, they tied it into a silly Dormammu mystical type story, and it's like, no, why are you ruining Spider-Man characters with magic? But that was a complaint that Dave had 30 years ago, but it still stands. Then there's X-Men the Animated Series Nightcrawler, 1/6 scale to go along with all the other characters. The Amazing Nightcrawler. Looks good. Yeah, more of the same from that guy. Then the real Ghostbusters, Winston Zedmore, rounding out the team, but doing so in 1/12 scale. We're moving on to the 1/12 scale figures for this one. And yeah, he's going to look great next to Egon. These 1/12 scale Ghostbusters are real expensive, but they're real nice too. Then also, going over to Masters of the Universe to wrap this up, we're getting Man-E-Faces at 1/6 scale, and the amount of detail going into this sculpt here, just look at it. I love how deep the face is inside the rotating mask. Like, it looks gorgeous, man. All of the Masters of the Universe figures look incredible, because they're not going for the cartoon style. They're going for just more detailed, nice kind of look. And Man-E-Faces looks terrific. He really does. Then, if you want a big time, high-end figure, She-Ra with Swiftwind. I don't need a giant 1/6 scale rainbow horse. That would be ridiculous. I do kind of want it. But I was never a She-Ra person. I was more into He-Man. But like, looking at that, if that was 1/12 scale, I mean, to fight a Mythic Legion's dragon, The mind starts coming up with things that it really shouldn't do, because there's so many ways to spend so much money, and Mondo will give you the opportunities to. And then finally, we're getting a new 1/12 scale He-Man. I was going to say another He-Man, but no, that's 1/6. This is 1/12 scale. So this is another one, a whole new venture, a whole new avenue to start collecting. You've got obviously the Mattel He-Man figures, but Mondo? I'm guessing it's going to have a similar price point to the real Ghostbusters, probably about $100 each, but you know they're going to come out swinging. And when it's eventually fully revealed, man, it's going to look good. Also, for 1/6 scale X-Men, we will be seeing something sinister, straight out of the animated series, and coming with, by the looks of things, a throne as well. So for a 1/6 scale character with a throne and all the regular accessories, you know, that ain't gonna be cheap. Don't know why I went stone cold there, but there you go. So if you're a hardcore X-Men 92 fan, this one might be for you, but y'all would definitely have to be hardcore. And they're not going to be stopping there with the 1/12 scale He-Man figures. Don't think you can get away with just getting He-Man on his own. Nah. They're going to be doing a few villains as well. So we're going to be getting Clawful revealed at their panel as well. 1/12 scale, whole bunch of accessories, a diorama base as well. Oh, be still my heart. It's like we're going back to the early 2000s Toy Biz figures. This looks real interesting, man. It looks real interesting. And of course, you can't have He-Man without the big bad. They're going to be doing Skeletor. Whew. I don't need him, but I already want him. Just look at everything this guy's going to be coming with. It's nuts. It's donuts. When we finally get the proper full reveal, I'm going to have to make some serious financial decisions. Cue the Joe Exotic. I will never financially recover from this. I probably won't. Also, we're getting Man-at-Arms as well. This, along with a whole bunch, again, accessories, the diorama, the big weapons, so many heads as well. God, Mondo are going all in. And they're going all into your wallet. They're diving down like right to the shoulder. They're like, how much have you got in the bottom of your wallet? I'm going to get it all out. No hiding your money from me. Then also, they're going to be doing a crossover collaboration with Over the Garden Wall, which I don't actually know what that is. I'm going to check it out when I do the edit, but I'm not familiar with Over the Garden Wall. Also, Superman the Animated Series, which I haven't watched yet, but I've heard was genuinely very good. Oh wait, no. I was thinking of the newest one. That logo's the old Superman, isn't it? They're going back to the Fleischer cartoons? Is that it? I'll correct myself in the edit if I need to. McFarlane Toys had their own panel, and oh my goodness, if they're giving up the DC license, they are going out with a bang. Todd Father not holding back. So let me rattle these off here, because this was a lot of reveals to go through. So first of all, they announced Superman 2025. They're going to be doing action figures for that movie. Kind of to be expected, but still, there you go. They've done the announcement for that. Then, let me get to these. We got Green Lantern Jade. We're getting Batman 1 million. We've had some preview pictures for that already. Then classic Bizarro. Great to add another Superman villain. Cowboy Batman. We've had some revealed images for that one too. Eradicator from Return of Superman. Great to see more fleshing out of Return of Superman. Then Hal Jordan armor suit, also from Return of Superman, when they're fighting Doomsday. That's really cool. Great to see a Hal Jordan Green Lantern figure really using the power of the ring to do interesting stuff that you can put into action figure form. Then one of my favorites, Cyborg Superman. We've had Cyborg Superman before, but this, again, from that Return of Superman era, I love it. I really do. Then talking of different Superman eras, we're getting Superman from New 52. Also, we're going to get Mr. Miracle. I'm going to start rattling through these a little quicker. We're getting Sandman. There's going to be Azrael from Night Quest. We're getting Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, Red Lantern. Also, Mr. Terrific, he's going to be featuring in the new Superman movie. Then Superman, Strange Lives of Superman, an interesting one there. We're getting Dark Archer, there's going to be Dark Stars, Beast Boy from the Bronze Age, Kite Man, which is super fun and silly, and I respect them for doing a Kite Man. Then Mirror Master, again, classic, fun, silly DC villains. I like that, I really do. Metron, classic Deathstroke, another crowd pleaser. Then, speaking of crowd pleasers, we're going back to Batman Returns, folks. So we're going to get Batman himself, of course. We're getting Penguin. We're getting Catwoman. You know that one's going to sell fast. I'm sure it will do. If you think you might want to get her, maybe grab that pre-order when you have the chance. Max Shrek as well. Christopher Walken. Getting a Christopher Walken figure. He was an underrated villain, actually. What was that great line where talking about Selena Kyle? What is it? If she tries to blackmail me, I'll push her out a higher window. In the meantime, I got bigger fish to fry. Wait, I can do that better. If she tries to blackmail me, I'll push her out a higher window. In the meantime, I got bigger fish to fry. Yeah, that was it. I gotta watch Batman Returns again. Mr. Bones, Infinity Inc. number 16. Superboy, another Return of Superman character, almost rounding out the team there. Great to see Superboy again. Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman 1. They're doing different versions of Wonder Woman. I still feel like they haven't done a great sort of like prestige Wonder Woman, that the look that people really want. Then Batman from No Man's Land. I always thought that was a cool costume, based very much on the Burton kind of look, just black with the yellow accents. Simple but effective. Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, Monarch, and then also Nightwing from the Bronze Age. But we're not done yet, folks. There's still so much more to go. We're getting classic Batman from the animated series, Grey Ghost. These are all animated series. Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, Jonah Hex, Batman from the Super Friends kind of look, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, Lex Luthor, the Riddler, and Sinestro. Now, that does it for the figures, but we're going to go over to the statues. So for the statues, we're getting Superman by Clayton Henry, Superman by Lee Bermejo, I think is how you pronounce it, and Azrael by Joe Quesada. So, of Marvel editor-in-chief fame right there. Then for the DC Powers 5-inch figures, there's Animal Man, Cyborg, Deadman, Nightwing, and Joker by McGuinness. Now, over to Mortal Kombat. And this has been a bit of a contentious one, but yep, here we go. So just as we've seen before, we're getting the Melina Sub-Zero set, which looks like it's going to have a diorama background as well. So nice little touch, but again, they're going to add a few more pennies to the price of that one. Then also, of course, as we've seen from the initial reveals, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, and Kitana. Let's just, I'm dubious about the looks of them, but hey, at least we might actually just flesh out the Mortal Kombat 2 roster finally. Then Marvel statues, some actually pretty cool ones here. I still haven't rolled the dice on a McFarlane statue, but Spider-Man, Torment #1 from the first ever Todd McFarlane issue 1 Spider-Man. One of the most iconic Spider-Man images ever made. So seeing that in a 3-dimensional form, I'd be very tempted. I think I might pick that up. Then Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1. That looks great. Black Panther from Marvel Knights 4. We're getting The Thing from Fantastic Four 642. Beast from X-Men #1. Again, just filling out those connecting covers. Carnage from Amazing Spider-Man 362, Mark Bagley style. Gotta love that. Venom from Venom #5. Iron Man from Iron Man 256. Punisher from Punisher #8. It warms my heart seeing more Frank Castle merch coming out. It's just like, welcome back, Frank. Spider-Man from Marvel Tales 223. And finally, Deadpool from Deadpool #1. I guess these statues must be doing well because they're making a lot of them. And honestly, I like to see them. Then over for Spawn, we're getting Spawn resin statue. There's a 7-inch Blood Axe figure. And also a GameStop exclusive version of that 7-inch Blood Axe figure. Then finally, they just showed a big reveal picture of their Ninja Turtles, Page Punchers Ninja Turtles. So coming with the comic, I imagine. And Yeah, there you go. McFarlane, they've been cooking. Gang, it's time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you about this channel's sponsor, CrossList. I wish I knew about CrossList sooner. I only work with companies and brands that actually, I feel, add something to the collecting space. And CrossList is something that honestly I think is pretty essential if you collect action figures and if you sell action figures as well, or anything else for that matter. What CrossList does is you input the sales information to CrossList and then they send it out to all these different marketplaces, be it eBay, Poshmark, Vinted, Facebook, Depop, Mercari, Railed, Shopify, Etsy. Anywhere that you want to place your advertisement, CrossList will be able to distribute that, and then you can manage it all through CrossList. So rather than spending hours and hours, in my case, sending all the information to different sites, you can just do it through CrossList, and then they distribute it all themselves. They do all the work, and then you can manage it through there. Honestly, it's an amazing game changer that I wish I had when I was selling so many action figures. But hey, there's a whole bunch more action figures I'm going to be selling in the future. And when I do, I'm going to do it through CrossList because they simplified the process so much. It's such an incredible time saver. It encourages me to sell more figures. And it might encourage you to as well. So go check them out in the link in the description below. And honestly, I think you'll be glad you did. Oh my goodness, I'm not even going to talk about action figures first. I gotta just articulate the excitement for this Marvel Cosmic Invasion coming to your consoles this holiday season. It's a 2D Marvel side-scrolling beat-em-up. This is one of the main things that I've been wanting to manifest and beg and ask the universe for the longest time. The universe heard me. And oh boy, have they delivered. By the same company that made the TMNT game Shredder's Revenge. That was great. For all of its nostalgic beats, it hit you right here, but it also delivered a really fun game as well. So more of the same from this team. Oh yes, please. Apparently, from what I understand, there's going to be 15 different playable characters, and looking at this trailer, they're all going to play slightly differently, have different powers and skills and things you can use. Venom looks awesome with the symbiote flailing around him. I'm so excited for this. I want to play some local co-op. I want to get my friends all with the different pads and playing on this. This is going to be a fun way to spend Christmas. It really, really will. This reminds me of course, the Avengers arcade game, the X-Men, the Spider-Man, straight from the early 90s, but with a 2025 paint job and mechanics and play style. I'm so down for this. Seeing Spider-Man jumping around on screen with Captain America, Nova, Storm, they're going deep with the Marvel characters. Yeah, this was a huge surprise from the Nintendo Direct, and I'm so down for this. Coming to all different consoles by the looks of things. PlayStation, Switch, wherever good games are played, you'll be able to get hold of this. And honestly, I really can't wait. SH Monster Arts have revealed their newest Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Mechaguirus. This was when Godzilla had a little bit of an image change. He kind of retained some of his cat-like features, but got a lot more reptilian. Not my favorite Godzilla look, to be honest, but it is still very, very iconic. I do love the purple spines, though. That's always great. So this guy is going to be released up for pre-order on April 4th, and they're going to be released around about September, retailing for 12,000 yen, which is approximately $80, give or take. The Japanese yen is still not worthless, but man, it's not worth a lot. I'm not taking back as much money from here as I would have liked. When you convert it to British pounds, it's like, geez, come on. Nonetheless, though, Godzilla coming out soon, and hey, even Godzilla's like pizza. Even when it's not his best design, it's still pretty cool. Except for, 98 Godzilla. We don't need any more of that. Man, I timed my exit from Japan terribly. I'm missing so many cool things, one of which is Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo. But I also missed the chance to purchase this very pretty looking Star Wars Celebration 2025 exclusive Black Series, the Ronin and R5-D56 2-pack, which is probably a good thing because it's very expensive. It's $70. But then again, I'm trying to talk less about prices. They are what they are. So I won't comment on those, but I will comment on some very pretty figures. I do like what they've done here, taking the Star Wars Visions design and then recreating them right here. As soon as I saw the R5 unit with the straw hat, I was like, okay, yeah, you have my curiosity, at least here. But yeah, they don't have a huge amount, not a huge amount of accessories, but just kind of what you see here. The cloth goods are kind of nice. They list as a selling point this R5 unit with like 6 different attachments. And it's like, dude, these are tiny little bits of plastic. Don't put that as a selling point. I should absolutely think so. But it's a very pretty set. Certainly for the more artisanal type collector of Star Wars figures. And hey, look, even though the price is a bit high, it's exclusive for this Celebration Con. So probably going to be in high demand after the fact. So if you're going to be in Tokyo, unlike me, then you might want to grab this guy. Revoltech have fully revealed their Isekai Harley Quinn, and she looks gorgeous. Double-jointed knees and elbows, which is something that Revoltech have only just kind of been moving into now. So it's great to see them finally fully embracing this for their figures. And I haven't even seen the Harley Quinn Isekai. I'm not even like that into DC. You know this, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this going to be one of the coolest, most fun little action figures of the year? It might be. It legit might be. I really, really love this with the baseball bat, the big handgun, and just such expressive faces. Oh boy, it's not going to be shipping until December, but that'll give me lots of time to agonize over whether or not I want to get her. Then again, by December, I'll be able to see what my bank balance is like. So this is going to be 11,000 yen, which equates to about $70, give or take. And yeah, I don't need an entire DC display, but just a one standalone anime-looking Harley Quinn, I could be very tempted. I think she looks great. And speaking of great, Jada Toys have up for pre-order their Tony the Tiger. They're going all in on their cereal mascots. And hey, look, Chester Cheetah was very popular from what I understand. So these advertising mascots, like, people have got a place. They got a place in their nostalgic hearts for them. So I get the appeal. I really do. And a 1/12 scale, 6-inch tall Tony Tiger. Yeah, I appreciate what they're going for here. Again, Jada being Jada, they've just recreated this so perfectly in, 3-dimensional form. The fact it comes with the baseball bat, not baseball bat, basketball ball. You don't say basketball ball, that's redundant, just basketball. He comes with that, he comes with a box of Frosties and just great, fun, expressive look. Yeah, he's one of those figures that I have no reason to buy, besides the fact that I just really love the look of him. But that's not enough. But he is tempting. Spoon! That was the cry for the Tick, wasn't it? I never actually watched the Tick, but I know a lot of people did, so they'll probably be excited about this. We're getting, from Big Bad Workshop, Longbox Heroes Prestige 1/12 scale The Tick. Up for pre-order now at Big Bad Toy Store. $39.99. I'll let the rest of the pictures do the talking, because, yeah, I never saw the live action show, although I'd like to, because I love the guy who played the Tick. I forget his name, but he was Krog, wasn't he? He spoke like that. Perfect. But just to talk about a person who can just be a living cartoon, that guy's great. So that's a little reminder to myself. Maybe I better go back and watch that. And after I do, knowing me, I'll probably want to buy this figure too. He doesn't want to talk to you. Loose Collector have shown off some sneak peeks of their upcoming Burning Hammer figures. First of all, we're getting Li Fang, who I want to say is maybe a Jackie Chan tribute. It certainly looks similar to my eye. Got a bit of a Jackie Chan vibe. That's kind of cool. But then the one that really got my attention is the Hannah figure, which when I see this combination attire, everyone's mind, I think, went to Lara Croft, which I get. I can totally see that. For me, I'm thinking more Jill Valentine or... No, Claire Redfield. Excuse me. Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2. Paint those biker shorts pink and that's a pretty badass Jill... I keep trying to say Jill Valentine. I'm not redoing this. Claire Redfield. But also a bit of blaze from Streets of Rage as well. So this one is going to have my attention. I really like the look of this. Then also a big reveal that he showed me. I say he showed me, I mean, I think showed a lot of people, is of course the Crypt Sasquatch. We've seen little hints and sneak peeks. Now we got the head, basically, and it looks monstrous, like real horrifying. And considering how big this figure's going to be, it's going to be terrifying looking in the best way. Apparently, from what I've seen, you can take off the horns as well, so you can have the smooth look for the head too. Everything I see from Loose Collector, it really gets the blood pumping. I can't wait to see all of these finally come out, because you know they're going to be awesome. Over in comic book news, a little bit of scuttlebutt and controversy from DC. They recently revealed the artwork for their Absolute Batman Bane. And I'm a huge Bane fan. And even I had to think, oof, I don't know about this Bane design. Someone else who wasn't a fan of it was the original creator of Bane, Graham Nolan, who upon seeing this took to Twitter and said that this version of Bane is, and I quote, a terrible abomination. And that did get people's gums a-flapping. Some people saying, yeah, good for you, calling out what you think is a bad interpretation of the character. And other people saying, hey, quiet, old man, your time is done now. And most people probably landing somewhere in the middle. I appreciate that it's not arguably the look of Bane that I would have kind of liked, but hey, Absolute Batman, it's all very stylized. What's kind of nice, though, is that after getting some backlash and mixed reviews for his opinion, Graham Nolan then made a follow-up saying, hey, if you like what I'm saying or you don't like what I'm saying, go out and buy the comic. And then decide for yourself. And I think that's a very good way of kind of smoothing over some stormy seas. It's just saying, hey, look, don't take my word for it. Go and support the comic book industry. And if you love it, tell people. And if you don't love it, tell people. But buy comics. Help support things. Make this a success or a failure on its own merits. So I kind of like that he dialed that back and instead just tried to put out positivity. It's not a bad thing to do. Got a few notes here from Bleeding Cool. It says, Graham Nolan criticized the new Bane design in Absolute Batman, calling it a terrible abomination. Nolan's comment on the Bane design went viral with 2.1 million views. So yeah, he challenges fans to buy Absolute Batman to support the artist instead of reacting online to his opinion, even though he was reacting online to artwork, But again, it's okay to scale things back. Admit that maybe you took the wrong approach. Absolute Batman number 9 features a story involving Batman's infiltration of the mysterious Ark-M facility, where I guess he's going to encounter the Venom-powered supervillain. So I'm interested in Absolute Batman. I enjoyed the first issue, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to wait until it's had a big long run and then pick up a trade maybe. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Bane. In the meantime, though, it did spark an interesting debate. Over in Marvel Comics, they recently just revealed all of the covers for their Pride annual special, which I was just happy to see. I'm really supportive of this. I love that they do it and have that wonderful kind of representation and just giving people some way of being sort of seen and shown that they're appreciated and supported. And hey, look, I know companies are companies, all right, especially when Pride Month comes along and all of a sudden companies are like, yay, the gay community, you've got money, haven't you? But nonetheless, the corporate side aside, I still really appreciate what they're doing and seeing that. And also just, some great looking artwork and cool characters there. So yeah, I think that Marvel's Pride Month is really fun. The covers look great, and I'm very happy they're doing it. Also from Marvel, they're finally revealing who the new host is for Venom. So if you don't want to know, then now's your time to skip ahead, because I'm going to tell you. If you don't know, now you know. The new Venom host is Mary Jane, one of the characters who was not in the running for the Venom host, which I think myself and most people were like, yeah, we thought you'd do that, because at the end of the first issue, Marvel were like, oh, it's definitely one of these 4 people. It was Rick Jones, Robbie Robertson, Madam Mask, and maybe someone else, I forget. But I think everyone was looking at it going, yeah, it's not going to be one of them. So it is Mary Jane, and this isn't her first stint as a superhero. She's been Jackpot for the last couple of years, which is kind of dumb, To be honest, not a fan. She's got this stupid like roulette wheel thing, one-armed bandit type casino thing on her wrist that Paul made, and yes, the less said about that, the better. So that gave her like random superpowers. Not the most useful tool, really. Nonetheless, though, she's now the host of the Venom symbiote. And I love Mary Jane, and I think it's a shame that she's not more attached to Peter. But hey, I'm happy to see the character taken in new directions. So I'm on board for this. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks. By clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step further in supporting the channel, then you can do by going over to either Patreon or the YouTube channel members section, where you can sign up. Actually, Patreon is for extra little random videos and stuff. But if you want to join up to the channel members section, then you can take part in the almost daily channel member live streams that I do, where we can get together as a community and talk shop about all the things that are happening in the world right now. It's always a good time. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.